Hi, welcome. Rosalind Warren here of Sacred Life Mastery. Happy to be here with you today as we're working in our book of awe. I did get started this week on a little project, and then I thought, I want to bring you along. So I'm working here on these 2 pages that I covered in Celadon, which is one of my favorite colors. I also did the center with a piece of masking tape. Remember to keep, when we're using liquid like this paint, I don't want it to seep down in, and then I turn back here and go, oh wait, I wasn't planning on doing Celadon, but there it is. So if you like living with surprises, don't bother. But I don't find it's a problem to just put a piece of masking tape down. And this is Blick matte acrylic. Any type of inexpensive paint will work fine for this type of part of the project. I created, we did a pocket the other day with the envelope. This particular envelope had this beautiful, yummy, long window. And I got this paper, which is so pretty. These are pieces of it. Here was a happy accident. It got on the floor and got crushed. So we're going to use it because it'll really look old now when I use it. But all of these pieces, these come from Dreams, etc. And Dreams has a Z. And over on her site, D.A.N.C.E., I'll put the link below. These are her free printables. So she gives away a lot of printables in the hopes that you will fall in love with them and then purchase more. And I had a lot of fun using them. So I decided to put them into here. And so this beautiful picture, this was just a piece of the paper, and you can see I actually glued it down inside the envelope. So although now I do have a pocket that I can use if I don't have anything in it, it has that beautiful picture. And I love this style. And I created a tag and a pocket on the back, and it's just glued down here, which may stay when we decorate this part, or it may get completely covered, but it gives me the fold out, and now we have all of this to work with. And the piece I want to work with today, I just saw someone doing this last night. Her name is Guy Kerr. She's Happiness in Crafting over on YouTube, and again, I'll put the link. And this is what she was doing. And I'm like, oh, let's do that. Because one of the things that we're doing here in this book of awe is we're creating all of this and the pockets and the flips and everything so that we can use it to store our memorabilia. Our gifts from the heart, God winks, if you will, things that happen that make us smile, and we want to capture them and put them in the book here so that we can go back to it and remind ourselves how amazingly supported and loved we are. So that's what we're doing here. So let's create some more tuck places. And we're going to do that with pages from this book. Here I am again. So we need 4 pages. 2, 3, 4. And get these out of the way. I'll keep one as a glue page. Move them out. Now, in looking at what we're going to do, these are going to be too long because they're going to fit the whole page, and it's just going to be too much. So we're just going to take off just a bit to make them just a little bit shorter so that they kind of fit in the page. You'll see what I mean when we get going a little bit. So I'm going to set the book over here for just a second. And I believe that I can do all 4 of them at one time. This is a pretty sharp cutter. This little cutter just came from Walmart. And it wasn't very expensive, but it has been great. I have a great big one that I've had for years and years and years. But it would not fit up here on the table. Trust me on that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take about that much off on the other side. And I keep doing it on this side because as we ripped here, we have this really uneven edge. We might decide to straighten that out as well. Although normally I'm cool with them, but what we're doing today, it's immaterial whether they are ragged edged or not. So let's see. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. And I do believe I am going to go ahead and make all of these the same. So this is the shortest little spot here. So as long as I get everyone to there. All right. Now we're going to begin. Yay! Finally, begin. The prep. The journey. The prep is part of the journey, right? So we're going to take our very first one and we're going to fold it in half. Now, I have to keep in mind, if I want it won't really matter if the words are upright or not, but if we're going to put them, this is important, if we're going to put them on this page, we want to fold them this way so that once we attach them, we can insert. If we fold them this way, then we're going to need to put them on this side of the page. So it's just to remember which side do you want to put them on. I want to put them here, so I'm going to fold them this way because we want the solid edge facing out. All right. So the first one will be in half. The next one will be almost, but not quite in half. And you do want to try to get them even, top and bottom. Okay. I can kind of see where this is going already. The next one will be even less. So if you wanted to do, you know, if you're a measuring type, you want this to be 1, 2. So I had it about right. Oh. And then again, make sure your bottoms are straight. There we go. All right. Now, that is too funny because that is not straight whatsoever. Although the top and the bottom are straight, the itself is not. Let's put it here and just see what happens. All right, that's straight enough. And then this one will be even less. So we want it out here. We want it under there, but we want it out here. So now this one we're going to fold is going to actually be about the same distance as this one. See what I mean? And I'm probably getting too detailed. It doesn't, that part of it probably doesn't really matter. So let me go here. And then here. All right. So now you know probably what we'll be doing. Again, I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Every now and then I do have to open the hole back up. You can't put one of these pins in it. It has to be a stainless steel pin. And keeping track of that was like, yeah, no, can't do it. And so that's what then we moved to sealing them with the knitting cap, knitting needle cap, which for the most part works great. Now, once we have these built, we'll have a decision to make, and so I'll wait till then to tell you what our decision is. All right, so here's the next one. So we're creating here will be the outer edge of these pockets, and because we're folding them over like this, they're stronger and can take putting things in and out. And in and out, so this will be perfect. So how's everyone doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's actually Easter Sunday here, the day I'm doing this. And so wishing you all a beautiful spring day. If you celebrate Easter, much love to you. All right. Well, that one got a little out of kilter. I don't think it's going to matter in the grand scheme of things. All right. And then the first one, or the last one, the one we folded in half. So the one you fold in half will always go on top because it's going to be the shortest pocket, which makes sense. And interestingly enough, we have mostly blank, which is going to be okay because we are going to cover that up. So now we place them, you know, shortest, next, next, next. And we put them together and realize that we didn't fold this one far enough, but that's okay. This is art. What will we do? Oh, let's see. So we'll just fold it again. Y'all were probably sitting there going, you didn't fold it far enough, girlfriend. And I just couldn't hear you. I'll see, that's too far. Where do we need to fold it? About halfway. I vote that we start over. Nah, because we already sewed it. All right, here is where our decision comes in, because I'm just going to go from the other side. I'm going to go down here. That won't matter. And then I'm going to fold here. It needs to come behind that one, but be far enough out that we can see it. This is why it's called an art practice. Kind of like practicing medicine. All right, here we are. I want to make sure that's even, and then let it run up to there before we glue it. Let's test it again. Now, keeping in mind, it wouldn't be that short if we hadn't already turned the other end in. Oh, and look, it's nice. Okay, so there we are. This gives us a nice crisp line. Now here's where our decision comes in. All right, now that we've got it built properly, we are absolutely positively going to decorate this. I mean, we might even put the chick there. I don't know what we'll put there, but we are going to decorate this one. The question comes in, and I think that we will, do we want to decorate each of these? And I'm going to vote yes. So we will set this one to the side for a moment, and we really only need to just put a strip here. Now, if you want, we could put a strip here and turn it under. That would be okay as well. So let's see. Ooh, look at this. Something about beekeeping. All right. And that is almost the perfect length. So let me take this edge off, the edge that didn't print. There's always an edge that doesn't print. If anybody knows how to set your printer up so that it actually does full bleed, I will pay you $1 because I cannot figure it out. Seems like my printer will not do it. All right, so let's use this one. Now, keeping in mind that, oh, where's the other? We're only going to see, if this matters to you, we're only going to see just that little bit. So we might want to decide, yes, all right. So I want it to fold here, kind of at that part. So I'm going to pre-fold it. And then when it goes on, it'll slide on here. Now it is a little bit too long, so I'm going to decide, all right, I'm going to go this route and then we'll just trim this part off. So that's how I want to do it. And just put some glue here on the edge. And I know I want to make sure the top and the bottom has glue, so I'll actually glue that directly on. All right. There we go. And again. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now we'll come back here. And again, I want to make sure it gets right on the edge because we're too long here. And if I just put glue there, I might miss right at that edge. So I'm going to do that. Come along the edge here. So what has been your most amazing moment of awe this week? What has really made you smile, made you feel totally supported? I got an email from a client that was just, she shared about how our relationship and working together has been such a blessing to her. And it was so sweet of her to take the time to share that, because I feel the exact same way about working with her. Beautiful. All right, let us see. Oh, look, we have this, which would be cute. And then this. That might work. What else do we have? We've got this other side here that's the Journal de Paris. Yeah, put it on the part you're going to use. Yeah. Well, let's do that. And again, I'm going to take off the non-printed line. Didn't get it all, but I think it's enough. And this part I think will trim off, so we'll be fine. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take it off here. And we might actually use this on 2 of them. That would be interesting. And we've got these lines that are kind of like cut lines on that check or whatever it is, but I don't mind it, so I'm just going to leave it. And who are we doing? We're doing this one, okay? Yeah, so if we put this at the bottom, that cut line there is almost gone. And we want to see, oh look, we'll see almost all journal. Very nice. So let's fold it right about there. I had some other issues with the printer. And this paper, it'll be in the list in the Amazon store, my shop. This is paper that's already been tea-dyed, which is kind of cool. And then it just runs through the printer and it makes it look like you've printed on tea-dyed paper. It doesn't have the same crunch, if you will, that tea-dyed paper or coffee stain paper has. But I think I'm going to solve that with using water. I'll just wet them, and then when they dry, it'll be like they went through a tea bath. Oh, that's kind of interesting. However, I will say, I'm thinking I don't want these two together. It's too samey same. So let's go ahead and put this one back here. Then we'll have something else here. And then we'll have our B, okay? And I'm also seeing that once we do this, we don't even see the journal part. So I'm going to change my mind. And I'm going to come back here and fold it again. And let's see what we get. Oh, I like this much better because now we've captured this woman who, you know, for an American looks like Lady Liberty. Although I guess it's the Justice or something like that. There we are. Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's do that. And we will not need all this paper on the back. So we'll take it off and then we can use it for something else. Okay. Again, I'm going to fold it back, give it a nice crease, just make it easier to work with. All right. And because we've already made 2 mistakes, let me be more cautious with what I'm doing. Goodness. Two happy accidents. How's that? Never any mistakes. All right, so I'm going to put it here, but I am going to fold it a second, make sure that I'm got it lined up where I want it. Yeah, all right. That looks good. Now, I've got a little, I don't know, didn't get any glue, who knows. But so you just want to look for that because we will be pulling things in and out of these pockets. And I'll go back to that other one and check it out as well. So we do want this all nice and glued down. Alrighty. And let's see, we've got a little bit of a edge there, and then we prefer to come at it this way. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now let's see what we've got. We've got back page. We're going to have this page. Beautiful. We've got the bees. I have a sign in my office. My daughter gave me Queen Bee, Queen Bee's office. And then this page will be on top. Perfect. Now, if this was ancient text, or if I had used some of my old paper that is printed in, I've got some that's in German and French, and if I couldn't read the English, we could actually leave these just as they are. There's a lot of stuff in this, but like right here, we've got unhappiness, depression. So nope, we're going to cover it. So let's find a paper, and this is some from this particular pack, which is absolutely gorgeous. And here is another piece. So I'm not thinking we'll put a person's face on here, but let's use like this strip. So we've got some colors, we've got some flowers. Yes. And the beautiful thing about printables is if I use this and then I'm like, wait, I want to do something else with that, I can just go print it again and have another sheet to do whatever I want to with. So it's really cool. And I'll be creating my own printables for my own art as we go forward. And I'm so excited about it. It's like, what is really turning you on? And I'm like, creating printables. So that's coming. I do have a printable journal, and I'll have more, but the one I have right now that I love, and in fact, I just did mine for May, is I have printable journal that is your personal year. And every year it's numerologically what is your year and the number and the energies that you're working on in that year. This year for me happens to be, you run year 1 through 9, and I'm back to a number 1 year, which is one of the reasons that all these new things are starting and coming up for me, is because that's what this number 1 year is all about. Spent all last year in the 9, wrapping things up, closing things out, completing things. And now it's time to open new doors and have new things. So it's really cool when you understand your numerology and the energies you're working in. It can help you. We tend to, as humans, don't ask me, but we kind of want to make things hard. We've got this crazy notion that, if it's too easy, it's of no value. And that's just not true. So as we are learning, with the Sacred Life Mastery and all of that, we are learning to flow with the flow of the moon and living our lives from our spiritual side. We are physical beings. We're here having a physical experience and loving it. And we are spiritual beings. And we run by a different clock. And we don't run well by this earthly man-made craziness and hurry, push, go. You're missing out. You're failing here. You're failing there. Oh, what is it? The sky is falling. Warning, Will Robinson. All of that silliness. But we're so trained into that it becomes our standard operating procedure. And it's not good for our health. It's not good for our wealth. And it's certainly not good for our well-being and happiness. All right, now let me check this hole here. So, and that's one of the things that we do in the Academy. We actually do something called transformational tapping in there. And there's 3 sets in the Academy, part 1, which is called Choosing You. And it's about this idea of, I get so excited. This idea of clearing your system from the habit of stress, the habit of drama, the habit of push, the habit of it's got to be hard or it has no value, which is such silliness. But when that's all you know, and it's how you've been trained, and it's how you know to function, but we can learn a new way. Oh, that's better. Not quite as pink and all as I want. I wanted it kind of brighter, but that's okay. Now, what I could do is just come back and, come back and put those flowers right there. Yep. All right. Except I'm folding it the wrong way, aren't I? And we'll never see the underneath. So, literally, having just a little tiny bit curved here will not matter because we will never see that. All right. So, one of our mantras is, leaning toward happy and let it be easy. Just let your life be easy. Isn't that funny? Now I'm looking at it here and I'm seeing that there are some flowers here. They're just not bright enough. So I got to decide. There's what I want to do. I'm going to actually take that part off. There we go. So we can keep those flowers. All right. And then we'll fold this over. Oh, I'm going to love this so much more. And again, whether this line is real straight or not won't matter. We'll never see it. We're just going to see these pretty flat blue flowers on the outside. And now we get to collage, the large one. All right, let's see what we did. Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right, now that's what I wanted. Now I want to make sure that's down very well here. So let's give it a little go. And here, all right, that edge is fine. Again, this side won't really matter. Oh, and we wanted to retest this to make sure that it was all glued down. Ha! We did that one perfectly. All right, let's set those to the side for a moment, and let's play with this one. All right, now, do I want to put Madame here? We will end up with just some bosom action. That's nice. Why don't we do that? And I'm going to show you something else I'm thinking. So we'll come here because I want to know where to bend her. I'm going to make a little tick mark right here. All right. And we'll do this one. I'm going to be picky about this one because I don't want that back edge showing. So I'm going to go ahead and fold where I marked, but I'm going to make it a gentle fold so that we can test it, because we've been surprised before. All right, so that looks pretty good. I'd rather have it too short here and trim it. Okay. Now, I know you're saying, we already have 4 pockets, but let's look at backing her, and we will make her a pocket as well. Why not? But we do want to make her a little firmer, and we can go ahead and let it come all the way around, and that way it'll be even stronger. But we want to put something on the back of her, and we could just use some scrap wallpaper. Cardstock scrapbook paper like this. Although it's like, do I really want to do that? Let me find one I'm not that in love with. Or we could just use this. Here, that'll be even better, because that would make a great pocket in itself. So we're just going to use some trash. And this came from something else of Ricky Tim's that I now have in my stash, which is cool. And this one, I'm going to go ahead, take this on off, and I'm going to cut this other line, because going that far with a scissor straight, it's not going to happen. Know your strengths. Play to your strengths. All right, so here we go. Number 1, we're going to glue this piece down. And where is our fold line? That's it. Okay. Make sure I remembered which was the fold line. And again, I'm going to put a little bit out here on the edge because we definitely want it to stick. And we'll just put this down. Perfect. Now, we're going to glue this. No. Boy, I'm glad I remembered. We are not going to glue that. Looking for my, here it is. Paper towel. This is going to be a pocket. That's the point behind all of this. Whew, that was a good catch. So we're going to now glue this down to the back. Very nice. Very well done. Good catch there. All right, now, this is flippy floppy, and that's okay. What we want to do is make it the exact size of the paper where it is 90% of the way. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So in order to make this a pocket, we only want to glue the bottom and this edge. Now I like to put a little extra there at the top corner. However, I'm going to leave that a second because what we really want to do is we want to put the other piece, before I glue it down, we want to put the other piece behind here. And so I think we're going to use like that piece. Like that. Or this. There we are. And how about, oh look, it almost like it matches. So what it's going to look like is that we, this is just all, before you put anything in the pocket, it's going to end up looking like it's all one piece of art. And then we'll see, oh, it is a pocket. So where is her? I probably used it somewhere else. I'm like, where is the top of her hat? Oh, look, we could give her an even bigger hat. It almost looks silly. That, however, is not bad. All right, what if we do that? I'm really at this moment only interested in getting what I need behind here. So let me go ahead and mark that. And get that glue off of there. Did we cut it the right length or did we get it too short? All right, perfect. All right, so let's put this one down. And we want to put it down a little bit below this pocket. And let's see what that looks like. Oh, very nice. Okay, so we're going to, and I'm leaving it kind of up right here for a second because I don't know if we want to put this one on top of or below. I have a feeling that we're going to put it on top of because I'm going to tear it. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more glue because this has started to dry up in all of our fiddling. Okay. This has been a fun project. I'm so glad you're here with me. Okay, I am absolutely, positively going to put the next one down on top. So I could carry these flowers on over. Or we could just have this part. I think I want to carry the flowers on over. So let me tear it. And remembering which way to tear so that I have a, no, this won't give me the white edge. So I've got to tear this way, okay? And what I can do, and I actually thought about this and then didn't get them out. I think I want to go ahead and ink up the edges. All right, so let's see. Now that's oh, I don't have to come all the way down, sweet potato. I kind of like these flowers. All right, so let me grab the ink here real quickly. My handy dandy case, which I just love. Sorry, I got my wire in the way. And I put this is a 31 case. I put it in the description a couple videos back. Let's see, we're going to use some distress ink. I think Vintage Photo, that's one of my faves. So we'll use that one. Hi, we're back again. I'm excited to finish this, this pockets. All right, so, although I have to remind myself where we ended, y'all know because you're right there. So now we're just going to attach these to each other. And again, with the art glitter glue. And let it sit out just a minute too long. There she comes. And probably let's do this part down here as well. The bottom. And we're going to line it up with this edge. And the top and the bottom, best as possible. There we are. Interesting. Interesting, we line it up here and it doesn't match here, but that's all right. We can always fix that. All right. I do want it to line up here though. All right. Very interesting. And we want the corners a little reinforced. We'll be putting things in and out of these. Yeah, all right. Okay, beautiful. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and the next one, same deal. I'm glad we opted for putting the more colorful one there in the middle and breaking up these two brown ones. I think we made a good choice there. Did you create one while I was gone? I would love to see what you're creating. You can put them up at Sacred Soul Dancers. That's our Facebook group. And it is... what? I don't know what the term is. You have to ask to come in, but I always let anybody in. So you're welcome to come and join us. And the link is below. And let me make sure. Okay, this is the edge that's going down. Okay. This one's a little heavier because we've done all this cool work to it. All right. I'm going to line that up with that picture because I probably should have trimmed it first. And I didn't. All right. All right. Here we go. Push it back. Come on. All right. It's wanting to bow a little. There we are. Let's see how that works. And the other thing I love about art glitter glue is it dries clear. So even if there was like a little bit there, it's not going to really matter because it's going to dry clear. So let's flop this over, put us a clean part, and just give everybody a nice, good grounding. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and trim up anywhere that's a little decided to be off. All right, this part looks okay. Now we are going to need a little bit more right here on this edge. That's okay. I'm going to hold it just a moment. That's the one that's pretty thick. So it just wants a little encouragement. All right. Now before we put this in the book, we've got to make a decision. And it's going to go like here. And then, you know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. We have our additional pocket that we just added here. So we're going to put it in there, but I'm thinking we want to decorate this. I love the celadon, but I'm not interested in leaving it just that plain color. So I'm going to weight this one down just a little bit there. So let's see what we could do here. Now, we don't have to put beautiful paper under here, but let's play around with the edges. And again, I'm kind of going to stick with what we've got here. Got some really fun pieces. Oh, look at this one. I love that. So let's just, let's see. I'm going to cut this for the edge, and then we'll tear the rest of it. This is that one that got crunkly. All right. And I like how she has these two short pieces. Oh, but they're at the same distance, so I can cut them like there and get them both out. If I had laid it straight, I could have. So we're going to tear it anyway. Yay! Oh my goodness, I love myself. There we go. So I want to go ahead and, that is really crooked. Take off a little bit more of that. All right, so we'll just tear it down here. And that's the other thing. We're going to let this other piece dry a little bit, and then we'll do some more inking. All right. Let's just put it down here, and we don't even have to use the whole piece there. And then we have this other piece over under our girl. Yeah, that might be interesting. That just caught my eye. It's a sticker that I had out for something else. Where's our page? All right. I do like using straight edges on my edges when possible. Well, this little guy, well, that's all right. We've got some celadon showing through. That'll be fine. Yay. Okay. And we've got the other piece that we could just put right here. That might be fun. This will be covered up, but that's okay. Okay, beautiful. Now we have some of this left with these pretty girls. We could go ahead and have them on here. I'm not wild about her kind of sadness here. She looks a little sad. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pop this off there. We'd have thought about it. I would have put it up under that one, but we didn't. So it's going to go this way. Okay. And I love this. There's something about this accounting paper that I really, really, really like. So I'm going to put whatever else under and let this show, but I do need to tear it. So I'll pre-tear it, but I won't glue it down. All right, so we'll just come here and leaving that to show. That'll be cool. And we could even do this. It starts looking a little tattered, which is kind of what we're aiming for. And then let's see what's going to happen when we put this down. Oh, yes. All right, that'll be perfect. So we don't have to even worry about tearing this edge. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the top part of it down. There was something in the printing. I could not print these straight from the download. I had to open them in the, which was very odd. But it only would print down like this far and then stop. And it was like, okay. So I had to punt and start again. So that's why I have printing on the back. Okay. Now, again, I've left this up. Let's see what else we have. We have some more beehive. We've got crown and diamonds. We've got a Eau de Lavender. That might be fun. Let's see what we have over here. I also like this one. I want to say I used it over here as well. Thought I did. All right, well, let's use it over here. That'll be cool. And we'll do it this way. I'll think of it. Yes. All right, let me cut off the print margin. And the rest of it, am I going to do it this way or am I going to do it this way? I think I'm going to do upside down. So I'm going to take this part off as well so that it can be flat against the edge of the page like I like. All right. And then I will tear it the rest of the way. And how does this end up? It's going to go there. And I don't think I want it to go all the way there. So why don't we yeah, now I have it upside down. I think it'll work. No reason it shouldn't work. Because we're going to slide it up under, and that'll be perfect. I'm thinking, I'm just going to do it that way. All right, here we go. Beautiful. Perfecto. All right. This is what's fun about working with papers that are, you know, when you can get a set like this, is they all coordinate. It's so nice. All about ease. And that's easy. All right, let's put our pocket piece back. All right, that's fabulous. Now, we want a little bit across here, and then let's make a decision about here. I'm thinking let's go ahead and cover up that whole piece there. Let it just kind of run over the side. And what would we like? Maybe time to print some more of this. Let's see if what kind of other pieces I have still left. Ah, here we are. It's like I thought there was another piece. And there is. We're back to kind of the sad girl again. Melancholy, let's put her that way. There's an eye chart. That's interesting. I do like the number 1. So we could do... all of this is going to get covered. So we could... oh, except it won't be covered over here. What do we want to do? I don't think I want to do like this, the big whole piece. And this is too dark for me. Let's see, just for fun, do we have any other? We've got some scribble scrabbles here. What else? Got our little melancholy girl again. Oh, look, there we are. Okay, that's going to solve that problem. That right there. And we can let it come. It'll cross. And then that'll take care of this page. And we'll decide something about here in just a minute. Okay. So that's flat. I want to go ahead and tear this. And as easy as possible, I'm going to tear this. You know, I do have some scissors that do this kind of cutting. I need to remember that and pull them out. And we won't be at the edge of a page, so let's go ahead and tear that one. Okay. So we're going to come, I am eager to come all the way across like this, which of course then will leave us with, we got something over here. Yeah, that's that white showing. We'll trim it later. So we're going to want something else right there, because I'm liking that more than bumping it here and then still having, although that's probably what we ought to do. All right, I'm just going to. Make sure I probably am in your screen, sorry, but I need to make sure it gets where I want it to be. All right. So there's something else. Let me look here just a second. What we might do, because crossing that here makes it hard to shut. So what we might do is use some of this Tim Holtz tissue paper. And I've got him in 3, but this one is aviary. So it's got birds and words and song. So that actually fits with what we're doing here. I thought there was actually a loose piece in here. All right. And we also have floral. Now, the deal with floral is, yeah, I can already see, they're too bright. They're not going to work. So I'm just going to put them back away. And let's work with the aviary. And we might end up just using words instead of, oh, and I have this piece that my dear friend, see, that's one thing with the Book of Awe. I'm going to show y'all something else. I don't know if we'll use it here. Just like this, this is a tea bag that is made out of silk or polyester. I don't know which, but it is from Japan. And it was a gift of tea that a dear friend gave me. So when I have it in my book and I see it, it reminds me of that. This piece came from a friend. I went to her house and we journaled together one day, and I brought home this piece from her. And it just, every time I see it, I think of her, and I think of how much fun we had together. And so that's why I would love to use it here in this journal. And so why don't I just put this down? So let me mark it. And the tissue paper, it will sit more easily in this space, and then it won't impede the shutting of the book. So let me cut across here. And then we can always, we can collage over it. All right, so pretty good, pretty good. So how far do I want it to go? I definitely want to keep the moths, butterflies, whatever they are, the winged creatures. I definitely want to keep them. So I'm thinking maybe go right to about here. And then I'll just see if I can tear it off. All right, that worked very well. Now, let me get some of this out of the way. Excellent. Okay. Now this actually, let me get the lid on this art glitter glue. This actually works a little bit better with a wetter glue. So I'm going to use the Aqua Mono liquid glue. And I want to use the broad tip. And of course I had it laying this way, so I have to give it a minute to come down. So let's go ahead, and this squeezes just a little, and we'll go ahead and get this down. And that's why, like over in my Amazon store, I've got several different glues, because they're for different applications. And this tissue likes to be wet, and the wetter it is, the more transparent it becomes. And so I'm going to start with the half, but I'm going to lay the top here because that's where I want it to end up. Oh, that's right. Hang on. Thank you all for shouting. No, no, move over. I could hear you. All right. And then we're just going to go down into the piece there. And then we're going to just work with it just a little bit. I was trying to avoid having a lot of creases. If we end up with them, it's not the worst thing that ever happened in life, but I'm going to go ahead and bend that page over. All right, beautiful. Let me hold it back down. Okay. Now, it is tissue, so you don't want to be incredibly rough with it. But on the other hand, you know, it's tattered and torn. If you tear it, it will be okay. All right, now we're going to pull this back that we didn't get any glue on at all. And we will finish here. Now, this is another place where you could use matte medium with the brush. Would work beautifully here as well. And so, you know, I like to use a lot of different products so that you have choices. And just see how they work, and then you can try them and see what works for you and what you like. All right, so again, we're going to go down into the space and then work our way out. Oh, very nice. I like this. Now, it seems like we've got some bubbles here. It is. And it seems like we don't have any glue at all here. So back we go. And that's okay. The art. All right. Very nice. Now let's see if I can pick up some of this extra glue. So we don't glue something we don't intend to glue here. And then we'll cut off this excess here, you know, later. We don't need to worry about it right now, but I just wanted to see what it's going to look like. I don't know what all these little, there we are. Oh, very nice. And then we could always collage over this if we wanted to, which would be fine. Now, if we're going to put our piece here down, we might decide to leave the word. That's nice. Instead of coming way back here, we could come here. And we could pull, we could put it higher than centered so that we can see our mise en scène, whatever. Oh, very, very nice. Now, I am seeing on here that I have some, I don't know exactly why, because I thought we were really good about matching everything, but I'm going to go ahead and take off that excess. And I'm not going to take the excess here because I'll show you what we're going to do. We are going to... And the other thing that might have probably would have been really good is if we had stained the edges of all of these before we glued them down. But we didn't, so we'll do it now. It's a little trickier to do it once it's all glued together, as you see, but it is not impossible. And that would have been cool. All right, but we are going to do the edge. I'll do the other edge. And I'm going to do the back. Now, once we glue this one down, that's going to be the end of our time together because I'm going to shut the book and allow it to settle. So in the meantime, let's come over and look at this side a little bit. So since we are distressing all of this, let's go ahead and distress this pocket as well. And you really almost have to do each side. You probably can't see. There we are. And I'm really thinking, feeling like I want to make this more of a tag. And I'll show you what I mean. Look at that. We got glue all over it. I thought we picked that up. But at least it didn't stick to it and not come up. Okay. Just hold on that just a moment. And I'm going to put the lid on this so there'll be some left when we want it again. And the way I'm going to do that, remember I have that, oh, it's not right here. I have that card that has the edges cut so that I can do the edges. And I'm not sure where it got off to. But we are going to have a whole session on making cards because we have got tons of places now to put them in. And so we'll come back to this one. But seeing the butterflies going across here, that makes me think, I just saw this. I had this out looking at something else. We have these swallows. Now, they are transparent. So whatever we set them on, like if we put them here, everything else is going to show through the bottom. So I'm wondering, what I'm thinking is, let's decorate this page and with the idea of we can put this on it as well. So I love this crown. The crown business. So I think I'll put it at the top, which again, I'll make myself a nice straight line. All right. And we'll tear the rest. That won't work. definitely want that line off. But I want to make sure I keep the word diamonds and the way I'm tearing here. It looks like I could very easily lose it. I did get this heavier weight copier paper, which is fabulous for almost everything unless you are wanting to tear it easily. And then it takes just a little bit more patience and wit about you. Well, this has been a fun day. We've gotten a lot accomplished. So I'm going to put it there. And again, it's fine for the Celadon to show through. Take that off. And do want it to be even at the top. All right, that's pretty good. Scottish Brilliant. Cool. They used a lot more letters in their words back then, didn't they? Okay. Now, we could get our #1 chick in here. And I like this lady. She's pretty cool too. So I'm just going to take that out right now. Just not doing what I want it to do. I'm going to tear this around that way. And I'm going to take this. Up, another edge. Okay. It's almost as if she's looking up at the butterfly moth deals. What's going on there? This is kind of nice. I like that there. So if we, I think I would like this more of at an angle. Here we are. Okay. And then, what will I put here? We could actually put our eye chart back. Ha! And wanted to do the birds on a wire. Yep. And there's a postcard. This is an interesting piece. So let me get it torn out. We've got stamps. We have postmarks. Very, very interesting. These are nice printables. Remember, these are from Dreams, etc. She has a big pack with these papers that's for sale, but this particular pack is a free downloadable, and it's a nice selection for free. Why don't we do that? I like that. And I like this leaving a lot of the celadon showing through. It's just a nice background. This way. And these. I was like, wait, there's another piece. I distinctly remember there was another piece. I don't want this thick paper there in the seam because it will hinder it. All right. Okay. Let's give our swallows a shot. See, oh, I'd love to put them over her face. She's so melancholy. Let's take them off, which is not always an easy feat. So give me just a second to get them apart. When I first got these, I was making quite a few junk journals. And I did not realize, didn't think about, didn't get that these were stickers. And so I glued all these down. And then I'm putting things on top, and these were coming up, and I'm like, what? I glued that. Yes, I had to literally go back. Now, this part was down. It was down solid. There was nothing I could do about it. I had to peel them off and re-glue them to these backings. Just saying. So I separated out all of the stickers from the other ephemera pieces so that I maybe not do that again. All right, where do we want these? These are kind of like a surprise so that when you open it, it's like, oh my. So let's see. I'm just kind of serious about covering her up. I did want to keep the one. Let's just do, yeah, that'll work. We'll have to glue it, but that'll work. Very nice. All right, let me go ahead and glue that edge just because he wants to be a sneaker. Well, he's trying to stick down over a hump, and I guess they just don't do that. All right, very nice. All right, friends, I know this is a longer video than we normally have, and I appreciate it. I hope you were able to stay. If not, watch it in 2 episodes. All right, so now, again, leaving a pocket, and this is the edge I want open. I always have to double check. All right, and then around. And we wanted it on this side of the word. All right, beautiful. Now, this will need to rest. I am going to put our deli paper here since we had so much glue, and that way we won't have to worry about that sticking. And I'm going to put another piece of deli paper here. Close this over. And then close the entire book and put the weight on it. Da, 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 da. All right, my friends, that's a wrap. And the next time we come, I will reveal it. And now that we have, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more pockets just on that double page. Let's make some more tags in our next playtime together. Love you all. Bye.